Embry, great to see you. Tell me a bit about yourself. What's your role?
I'm Embry Davis. I'm a director of business development at ProcurementIQ. I partner with indirect procurement teams at Fortune 1000 companies.
Tell me a bit more about that. Expand on, what does a daily typical day look like for you?
A typical day with me consists of doing a lot of research, planning, and strategy. So I'm researching organizations, identifying who their stakeholders are. I'm specifically trying to identify, who the chief procurement officers are, who their heads of procurements are, and trying to understand their goals, their missions, and what objectives they have for their procurement departments. And from there, I'm really taking a lot of that information and putting that into a plan, an outreach plan, to meet with them and introduce ProcurementIQ's market intelligence solutions.
So let's dive a little bit deeper then into ProcurementIQ. What's the origins of the company? How far do you go back?
Great, yeah. So ProcurementIQ, we're a division of IBISWorld. So IBISWorld is a 50-plus-year-old Australian market intelligence company. They're an industry research provider. We work with the majority of the banks and financial institutions in the U.S. and across the globe. So ProcurementIQ, maybe over 14 years ago, we were born out of our industry research business. We had a lot of procurement professionals using this industry research, and they needed something more specific. They said, hey, you guys, industry research is good understanding an industry, but we're buyers. We buy products and services. We want something more specific and more geared for us, and we created ProcurementIQ. We were born out of that industry research business to meet the needs, specifically information needs for procurement practitioners.
Of course, what brings us together here is Coupa Inspire 2025. Tell me about ProcurementIQ's relationship with Coupa.
So me personally, I've been coming to Vegas for quite a while, but I've been coming to Coupa Inspire the last 3 years, and it's been nothing but great. This is a great place where I've fostered amazing relationships. I have people that I connect with regularly. I got people that I can meet online at a whim, and we can go to Top Golf, play some golf together. But I heard somebody describe this yesterday, and they said, man, Coupa Inspire is like a homecoming. It's almost like that high school, that college homecoming where you get to see your friends, you get to see old co-workers that you haven't seen in years, and sometimes this is just that meetup spot. So aside from the information and the sessions, it's like what happens in the hallway, what happens in the lobby, what happens after the sessions are over, those hang-ups where you really get to foster those, great connections.
Great stuff, fantastic. What's been the highlight for you so far? What kind of key themes do you feel are kind of emerging from the past couple of days of discussion?
One of the biggest highlights, is really connecting with my clients and my prospects in person. We live in an age where so much is done on Microsoft Teams, so much is done on Google. I've bumped into like this whole homecoming event. I like that analogy I heard. I ran into some customers that I've been working with for maybe 6-7 years, and it's just really been seeing them on the screen, exchanging tons of emails or even hours of phone conversations, and to finally hey, actually shake your hand, or even, some guys that I've had stronger relationships, I've never met them in person, but running up to them and, hey, give me a hug. Like, we actually know each other. So developing those, just kind of that in-person connection has been amazing, and also just new relationships. So one thing about me in general, I'm big on establishing relationships. There are thousands of people here. Yeah, meeting 1,000 people is great, but even if I can go deeper with 5-6 people and kind of have a deeper established relationship, that's amazing. And I think I've met some new people. Maybe it may only be a handful or a couple, but I think I've kind of been able to go a little bit deeper and really get to know them and let them get to know me on a personal level.
Just finally, this is obviously a good opportunity for you to shout about ProcurementIQ and what you guys do. What should excite our audience about what you guys are working on? Is there anything that's really kind of, getting you up in the morning in particular?
Yeah, so one thing I love about our organization is we're constantly making enhancements to our product. We're constantly launching new products to market based off of the needs of our customers. So we're one of the world's largest information providers, and right now in the world there's a lot of volatility, economically with tariffs, and I'm having customers with anytime there's uncertainty. That's a great time for our business because we have an outlook on the market, what's happening right now, the impacts, as well as what's forecasted to happen. So we have some new products that that are coming out that are launching soon. But even just the updates that our internal analysts are making, I'm excited about just being able to stay up to date and articulate that to my clients, my customers, but also provide them a valuable resource with that's self-service where they can access that as well.